Dear LeBron fanboys, don't you dare turn this video off, because you mindless cowards who cheer for the death of basketball say stupid shit like, how come you don't cover LeBron's good games? I do. You just can't tell that they were good games when I break them down. Like the in-season tournament championship. Hey, he got the MVP. That must have been a good game, right? Let's take a look. 3 things caught my eye in my YouTube feed this morning. LeBron James was given the MVP of the in-season tournament, this highlight of LeBron making another layup, and some quotes from Anthony Davis, sent straight down from the top of the Clutch Sports office. Before I get too far, let me address a Braun Tard who commented on the last video, saying something about you guys who don't watch the game have so much to say about it. Yeah, that's not exactly fair, is it? Considering that you guys have never watched the game and the rest of us are just finally giving up. Like, this is what your hero has done to basketball. He's ruined it. Case in point, when I did the video about the Suns and Lakers, how long ago was that already? The performance in that game by all players, but especially the Suns, was so bad that I questioned the mentality of NBA players yet again. And apparently the Pelicans game was even worse. But here's what I said in that podcast when I was questioning the mentality and the motivation. I was like, how does it feel to be someone like Anthony Davis, and no matter what his performance is going to be, know that LeBron James is going to be handed the trophy? I said that back during the Suns game. And most of us who heard about the in-season tournament the second it was announced knew what it was about and what it was for. And sure enough, it came true. I mean, it's not very fun when the script is so blatantly obvious, you already know the outcome from the moment that you hear about it. But back to the Anthony Davis thing, I undeniably called this out and I said, oh my God, it can't feel that good to be Anthony Davis and know that no matter what you do, LeBron James is going to get the credit. And sure enough, LeBron James got the MVP. Again, the script is so obvious that we don't even have to try. It's laughable. They've gotten away with so much that they're just sloppy. They're just sloppy with the storyline now. Where is the MVP in this graphic of the game's leaders? He's not in a single category. He must have been a difference maker on defense, right? It's so bad ESPN has to post something about a double-double in an age of 40 and 50-point games with 20 rebounds and 20 assists. They're putting up LeBron getting a double-double, and he barely even broke the second category of the doubles, while ignoring the fact that Anthony Davis had 41 points, 20 rebounds, and led LeBron James in every single category except for turnovers and steals, but we'll get to that. Austin Reeves outscored LeBron James on a higher shooting percentage. And at least Reeves had the decency to make a couple from the 8 to 15 foot range. Oh my, these NBA players these days. How does anyone score against this superior athlete defense? Oh, but look at LeBron's shot chart. That's an MVP performance if ever I've seen one. My goodness. I'm sure, again, that he made up for it on the defensive end. I'm sorry, I can't even say it anymore without laughing. Halliburton, the best player for the Pacers, had 2 buckets in the first half. Who was guarding him? LeBron James? Who was shutting down Halliburton? Was it LeBron James? No, it wasn't. Maybe whoever's shutting down Halliburton needs to be considered for the MVP. The gap between the performance on paper is so crazy that no matter what the eye test says, you can't hand LeBron James the MVP trophy over Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis shot 66.7%, 16 of 24, compared to LeBron James shooting 10 of 21, only getting 47.6%. Okay, there's a category that Anthony Davis easily won. Anthony Davis had the good sense not to shoot a three-pointer. LeBron James did not have that good sense. He shot one and missed one. Anthony Davis had 13 free throw attempts, which means that he helped get the other team in foul trouble. LeBron James had 5 free throw attempts. Anthony Davis had 20 rebounds. 20 rebounds. 5 of them were offensive. LeBron James had 11 rebounds. You know, that's another category that Anthony Davis beat LeBron by a wide margin. This is why I say the script is sloppy. I mean, the numbers aren't even close here. You couldn't even say, well, it was a close call. They both played really well. They both had great numbers. No, it's not even comparable. And don't try and say that this is the overall performance of the entire tournament, because the only thing LeBron James has led Anthony Davis in all season is receiving easy buckets during layups thanks to the hard work of his teammates getting the ball in the first place. So, back to the box score. Sadly, I still have a lot more evidence to go through. Anthony Davis even had more assists than LeBron James, 5-4. The only category that LeBron James beat Anthony Davis is the next one, and that's steals, 2-0. Anthony Davis had 4 blocks. LeBron James had 0. I've said before, blocks are so important. Blocks are so demoralizing to the other team. You wipe away 2 points that team wanted, and you humiliate them. LeBron James had more turnovers, and big surprise here, led the entire team in turnovers. Gee, that's a change. So 6 turnovers for LeBron James, 4 for Anthony Davis. 41 points Anthony Davis had to LeBron James's 24. Anthony Davis kicked the shit out of LeBron James in every category except steals. And that was just a 2-0 margin. Kicked the shit out of him. And LeBron James got the trophy. Now, some of you want to call me petty. If I were petty, I would pile onto this, because Indiana had no answer for Anthony Davis at all, which means that he spread the floor for the rest of his team. That alone makes him possibly the most important person on that team. And he, even besides the blocks listed, was messing with people's shot attempts the whole game. So then we get to Anthony Davis. No matter how much he gets shit on in this LeBron James relationship, apparently put out these quotes saying how wonderful of a teammate LeBron was. You know, I put out a video last year showing that LeBron James didn't give Anthony Davis a single touch. 2 straight games. Not 1 touch for 2 straight games? That's crazy. Westbrook was hooking Anthony Davis up with more buckets than LeBron James was. I mean, most of that team. Anthony Davis is a great basketball player. Pretty much anyone, especially with today's defense, where the idea of a pick and roll is a foreign concept, apparently. It's like, oh my God, what do we do? What do we do in a pick and roll situation? You got Anthony Davis, anybody can throw him a lob. I can fucking throw him a lob. Even then, LeBron James only had 4 assists. I see that D'Lo had 7 assists. So we'll go back to the strange mentality that I mentioned in a previous podcast. You know, Anthony Davis clearly deserves the MVP, and he just smiles while LeBron gets it and then follows that up with compliments. But you know what's even weirder? These LeBron people Photoshop shit. So there's a chance this isn't even real. How creepy is that? Why do I get the feeling that these steals, the only category that LeBron beat Anthony Davis in, were less than impressive? Well, let's go take a look. Oh, sure enough. Listen, that's a grade school pass. That is not professional basketball. But not only that, it came thanks to the hard defense of his teammates, including Anthony Davis, collapsing on the offensive player and forcing, well, I'm not even going to say forcing, that's just a stupid, terrible pass, nowhere near the offensive player. Here, LeBron, here's a give me. Look, am I hating? You got me. You got me. I'm being a little bit petty, or am I? Because go back and tell me anything I just said isn't accurate. And two other things. You LeBron fanboys are the ones that say I don't break down LeBron's good games, which isn't true, but here's another example of me breaking one down and showing you reality. I bet you tuned out a long time ago. Number two, this is the only category that LeBron beat Anthony Davis in, so I'm taking a closer look at it. That's a joke of a pass, and it largely came thanks to the defense of two other Lakers, not LeBron. LeBron didn't do anything spectacular here. He took two steps toward what was going to be an obvious throwaway. Now for the other steal. Here we have the other team's best player, quote-unquote best player, with an alley-oop so bad it was heading downhill several feet before it got near the rim. Again, a pass so bad it's hard to believe a professional basketball player was guilty of it. You might as well just say that was a pass to LeBron James. So that was my petty segment for anyone who claims LeBron played great defense because of the two steals. Usually, you guys focus on points and ignore everything else. But Anthony Davis nearly had double the points of LeBron James. And yet, still, LeBron got the MVP. Third highest scorer on the team. And this is how he got him. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. Give him as many steps as he needs. And if he misses anyway, don't touch him. Part the Red Sea. Part the Red Sea. Part the Red Sea. I gotta tell you, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies with this guy on the screen. I mean, he looks like an evil character from a sci-fi movie. Like, subhuman evil character. What the hell's happening there? And here are two really sad but accurate statements I'm going to make. I know before even going and looking that LeBron's defense was shit. And I knew before even looking at the shot chart that LeBron was going to have taken almost everything next to the rim. I guess three things, because I knew that the reffing would favor the Lakers, and I knew that LeBron would get away with doing illegal things, like this illegal screen. I knew that there would be plenty of footage of LeBron standing around, watching his team do all the work, while he gets the credit. You know, after watching what LeBron did to get MVP, I'm thinking I might have a good chance to enter the league and get MVP, even without including his shit, non-existing defense. It's obvious that LeBron James didn't deserve the MVP. How badly do people need to hold on to a lie that this doesn't bother you? You LeBron fans have made it blatantly clear that reality doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter at all to you. You will hold on to this lie at all costs. That's weak-minded. Try being an independent thinker. Try not consuming all the bullshit that the media puts down your throat. Huh? Can you try? Can you try thinking